Senator Ardern.
Mr Speaker, I think we'll just file everything that Simon Bridges just said under the heading of blatant denial about the current set of circumstances we're experiencing in the wake of the flag debate in New Zealand. Now, don't get me wrong, Mr Speaker, I have always believed that governments can multitask. I have always believed that you can do the big stuff and the progressive stuff all at the same time. Take, for instance, addressing social inequalities with a policy like working for families, whilst at the same time pursuing issues like civil union and greater equality. Labor has always been the government that has been able to multitask, but the common theme for Labor has always been we do it for the stuff that matters, the things that are important. Mr Speaker, did changing the flag matter? Well, it could have. It could have. Does the future of our relationship with the monarchy matter? With the idea of us becoming a republic versus choosing to stay within the Commonwealth matter? Does the role of the treaty as a living document matter? Did a discussion and debate about constitutional reform in New Zealand matter? Yes, absolutely. So insomuch as the flag could have been emblematic of all of those things, then yes, that debate mattered. But that is not what John Key and this government delivered to New Zealand when he started the flag consideration process.
That's right.
It was utterly hollow, it was almost completely meaningless, and even then and of itself, the process he established to just simply pick a logo, which is what it was utterly shambolic. So I make the simple request to the government, now that we have wasted $26 million on a debate that could have mattered, can they please return to the issues that, quite frankly, New Zealanders aren't just having a discussion about, but they are having to face day by day. Put aside the petty politics of legacy that John Key is flailing around trying to find at present in the dying years of his government, and instead start looking at what matters. And you don't have to go far, Mr Bridges. Perhaps just open the paper today and read an article about 500 jobs being lost within New Zealand Post. And that story isn't in isolation. 46% of jobs within 2 decades' time will be obsolete as a result of the technological transformation that's going on globally, not just in New Zealand. Now, this is not new information from the government. The fact that Bill English can sit there and say, look, we acknowledge that these losses were happening, it was signalled a long time ago. In fact, his actual response to New Zealand Post was, they've done pretty well under the circumstances. That will be cold comfort to the 500 people who are facing job loss. So a government that's doing the stuff that matters would look ahead and see what not just 500 workers are facing, but what thousands of workers are facing, and ask, what can we do? What does a just and fair transition look like? And if Simon Bridges' response was anything to go by, the government's current perspective on that massive dilemma is to laugh, is to make a joke. Whereas Labor has instead not only established the Future of Work Commission, we've brought together international evidence. We've brought together some of the best minds. We are not afraid of having a debate about what we need to do as a future government to make sure that New Zealanders have a future that is dignified, that has work that pays, and that acknowledges that we increasingly have insecurity in our workforce. That, Mr Bridges, is no laughing matter. If even Robert Reich is standing up and telling governments that there is almost an inevitability to us having to debate issues like UBI in this insecure environment, then he should stand up and pay attention to that. To do anything else demonstrates that this is a government who not only is ignoring what matters, it's ignoring the people of New Zealand as a result.
They're out of touch. Good speech.